Coming up in all angles, Parliament and politics. New senators sworn in, but controversy over the opposition picks.
50% women appointment on the opposition side has been something I feel very honored and very special to be a part of.
Also, a new cabinet for a new term, or not so new.
I, Carl George Samuda, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Jamaica.
And later on, decision time in the PNP. And we thank you so very much for being with us. As always, a very special welcome to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. All right, so our guests for the program, we have attorney at law and the public commentator, Clyde Williams. Also with us, UWI lecturer in the Institute for Gender and Development Studies, Dr. Maziki Thame, as well as radio host Saeed Bernard. Thank you all so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. All right, so in this first segment, let's talk about the Senate, the government side of the Senate, and let's go to this clip first of all.
That we will all be diligent about what we do, that notwithstanding we may have differences on either side, that we will conduct ourselves in a way that is becoming of the Senate of Jamaica, and that we will get about doing the people's business with efficiency and with diligence.
As a former director of youth for Jamaica, that's something that I'm particularly passionate about, especially as it relates to opportunities for them to be their best selves. That's one of the issues that I'm really passionate about. And of course, as a woman, I can't but be interested in issues relating to gender as it relates to the overall development of the country.
Okay, so Dr. Thame, let me ask you to kick us off. Your thoughts on the government picks, largely the same Senate, except that Shireen Golden Campbell and Natalie Campbell Rodriguez have been nominated and appointed to essentially replace Toba Hamilton and Kerencia Morrison, who now sit in the lower house. So your thoughts on what the government side looks like?
I'm glad that some of the newcomers were included. I think I would have wanted to see more of them if they weren't included in the cabinet. And I think the government had an opportunity to increase the representation of women relative that they have given a better representation than the last time around.
Let me go to Clyde Williams first of all. Your thoughts on the government side, Clyde?
For the Senate?
Yes.
It's boring. It's uninspiring.
You can't done this, so come on. What do you mean?
I mean, what else? Maziki could find few words to describe it. That is the extent, perhaps, how it is playing on her. But if I were to try. The introduction of gold in the lawyer suggests that the Prime Minister is, probably thinking about constitutional change and those matters. But it's boring, honestly.
What would have been exciting?
A team that you could see, one, that we are grappling with crime and security issues, where, as the AG has said, new legislation will be brought to Parliament. So a team that is balanced with human rights experience and understanding, and also security experience and understanding. So that mix, also the gender mix, which is getting there on, but particularly a skill set to deal with the citizen security, and also the question of the constitutional changes that may arise, the bills concerning CCJ, or the Republic status of Jamaica. So that kind of skill set would have excited me and would have shown the direction of the legislative agenda of the Prime Minister.
Just before I bring in Saeed Bernard, let me just remind our viewers, in fact, the names on the government side: Tom Tavares Finson, Charles Sinclair, Kamina Johnson-Smith, Aubin Hill, Matthew Samudo, Leslie Campbell, Kevin Gale, Ransford Bram, Don Webby, Sophia Longmore, the Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, and as I said, Shireen Golding Campbell and Natalie Campbell Rodriguez as new entrants. Sayed Bernard, for you, what do you think?
I think two good additions to the Senate. Mrs. Campbell Rodriguez, the daughter of Bruce Golding as well. Golding Campbell. I think those are two good additions to the Senate. I do share the point of Clyde as well as it relates to the attorney Golding being added. I'm guessing this is for some sort of constitutional reform as well. However, it was a no-brainer on my part. I'm not surprised as to who the leader of the president of the Senate is. I'm not surprised as to Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, a lovely lady. Just not surprised to see them in the Senate. Aubin Hill, Don Webby, just not surprised to see them. They're there. They've been there. And so, again, it's nothing to be too excited of. It was a safe Senate, and it's just there. The additions, however, those two women, I'm fine with that. I love it.
It's a safe Senate. Dr. Tate, you spoke here of a missed opportunity earlier. What do you mean?
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing that well. Could you repeat?
You spoke of a missed opportunity, saying there would have been the opportunity to do more.
I think on the gender question specifically, I think in the way that Phillips honored his commitment to a 50% gender balance, I think that the Prime Minister could have also honored that commitment, even though he didn't make it.
Well, the Prime Minister didn't make any commitment. I mean, the Prime Minister hadn't made a commitment. It was Dr. Phillips at the debate who made that commitment to go 50-50. Mr. Holness, I thought, went out of his way not to make a commitment.
Right. And I'm saying that even though he did not make that commitment, he could have honored the idea of it in his choices.
Why does it matter?
Well, I think that it's important at this time and in any time to show a sense that we are interested in representativeness, and that this is a time in which women's representation, the representation of youth, is something that the public is interested in. That's a direction that we would want to move towards to ensure that we are interested in equality and empowering those who are not empowered in our Jamaican society.
Sayed Bernard, does that matter to your gender mix?
Of course, the gender mix does matter. And as a matter of fact, it matters because, again, what is happening on the political landscape has changed, not is changing, it has changed. And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Women want an equal and equitable seat at the table. That was asked to Mr. Phillips in the leadership debate. He said 50-50. He got us 50-50. No, I'm not going to be a stickler to say that having 50% women will solve the inequalities that exist within our society. But I believe that it being done from the opposition was a good task. It does matter as it relates to the amount of women we have representing us in Parliament on a whole, especially because we have more women than men in this population.
Clyde Williams, why are you laughing?
Because he's just so spot on. I'm impressed with the young man. So it's one of saying, you go. Just before I weigh in on that particular question, I want to back up a little bit on the Senate question. They didn't impress me. Those that are there now, they didn't impress me in the last term. I didn't even remember such persons as Don were in the Senate. I mean, honestly, I forgot. and I forgot Ransford Bram, Queen's Counsel, former Attorney General, is also in the Senate. So I'm just saying, I didn't even remember how you not said. Okay, gender balance. I have a view long time. I think we should actually have a minimum 1/3 of either gender. That's my take on these things. Minimum, as in a floor of 1/3, and then leave the rest to play out in terms of skill set and available talent and so on. But at all times, so we could have 50-50 or 70% women or 60% men. But the point I'm making, I think we should strive for some floor, a bottom line of minimum 1/3, and leave the rest for the decision maker in terms of the available skill set and the particular needs of society at the time. But I do believe a minimum 1/3 must always be applied of either gender.
That issue of that issue of us not hearing from some people, Dr. Thame. There's some who say, boy, it's the media fault. Media pay attention to some people more than others. So one of the accusations, for instance, is that no matter what Lambert Brown say, him going to end up in a primetime news because he knows how to grab the media's attention, while other very well-researched presentations just get absolutely no attention from the media or from the public. So is this our fault?
Well, the media has an important role to play in democracy, I would argue. So that oftentimes the media is also setting the agenda for what we want to think about as a nation, and the direction that the media plays a part in determining what the state is interested in as well. It's very important in democracy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to quickly add, if I may, that it is also the responsibility of the government side or the other side to package and market their presentations in a manner that the media will find attractive. So I'm agreeing with you, Mazi. I'm agreeing with you on that, but I'm also, but I'm adding that they must also package and market the presentations that are worthy of the media of carrying some more, so the media will catch on to it. And train their speakers. You gotta train the senators. Senate is about a debate. That's what happens in the Senate. There is a cut and thrust of argument. There's a debate. I know what senators get up and just talk rather than engage and debate. Train them, and they'll catch the attention of the media. Lambert, a trade unionist, WPJ activists from a long time. No longer, but all WPJ activists. Them man, they do the running some in UAW, how to catch attention. Somebody like Don Webby, urban gentleman, running it's not the same. He has to get a little attention and some kind of training so that he catches attention.
All right, I'm just about at the break, so let's go to break. When we come back, the opposition side, now this is a side that has been attracting attention, attracting controversy already, so we'll talk about that when we come back. Remember, our hashtag is TVJ, all angles, soon come. Okay, hi guys, we're getting feedback and we're not sure who it is. Any of you have on a TV in the background?
No, I don't.
Anybody have a TV on, or the radio? If so, can turn it off? Nobody? Because we're getting feedback from somewhere.
What the feedback sound like? Well, it's not me. I don't have any electronic. And
I turn on my volume if I do make that help.
Okay.
You did?
All my
I'm being
electronics
asked to ask you to turn down what? My volume to you.